Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sorry for the lateness. I had a light issue. The light was not working. I was a minute late, but I wouldn't have been late. But the light was not working on my left side. I had to get it. Still actually not working 100%. I need my phone to sync it. Can't find my phone. Like, where is my phone? So I'll put it down this morning somewhere. Who here spends a lot of time looking for the phone? I do. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. It also looks like the audio is off, but maybe I'm wrong. It's up to you. You tell me what you're thinking. Look, I got everything wrong over here. I got BOOKMAP behind me, but we're going to get there. Don't worry. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Give me 1 second to clean this act up. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We're going to have a good time. This is Friday, baby. Friday. Who's here feeling good on a beautiful Friday? Baby, let's go. Shout out to everybody here. The 200 beautiful lifers jumping on it. 300 beautiful lifers jumping on into the live. 333. 333, baby. Shout out to all the beautiful people on the live. Let's break down what's happening to Bitcoin in many ways. Right off the bat, let's talk about BTC. Bitty Bitcoin. We'll bring that music down just a tad here. Just a tad. And the audio seems to be a little weird too. Every single time, Zoom, the next day, the audio is strange. You tell me why. Somebody tell me why. So weird. The macro range low got to be tested, it looks like. Sick of snow. We had snow here, but it's beautifully and sunny, so it's really nice. All right. Switch Chrome. Brave browser wasn't happening this morning. They should have some. Really? I'm still on Brave browser. Everything seems okay. Let's look at the gains we made today in the trading group. This morning, I woke up. This is just nuts, really. But if you think about it, it's pretty awesome. This morning, I woke up. I was up at 5 in the morning in the trading group, grinding. Who here was up there with me, grinding in the trading group super early, getting it in. And I'm going to just go, like, this is in the trading group. This is how much you get early. It's already, look, this is how much has been posted. It's so early. Yesterday at 9:02, and right here I am up. 5:30 in the morning, giving you your Bitcoin update, keeping you in line with what's happening to the market. The weekly screen share last night was amazing. It got posted here too as well. If you need to jump on into that, that is there for you. Okay? And we're here every single day. I talked about this coming back to the golden pocket, up 25% on the boom. It took 10 days, 12 days, of course, but I'm just showing you how these things play out over time. This bounced off the 786 high BAYC. HIODBS looks like there's something brewing here in this ascending triangle. It's on the radar. Love have a little bit of a pop. I wasn't all over it at all. Flame just continued to pump from when I put it out here on the 706 Fibonacci retracement to the upside. DMTR had a little bit of a pump here. It's still in a falling wedge. Can it continue? Only time will tell. And this Phoenix Dow, I mean, pump. Is it ready for its next pump? Low on the daily. There's a chance. You never know. Phoenix Dow. POLC looks like it's about to probably make a big move. Getting a golden cross front run here and about to get a move up to the upside. POLC on the radar as well. And that brings me right back in to IDEA, which pumped this morning to the upside. Shout out to anyone that may or may not have got into gains this morning. And we have more posted in the trading group for you to wet your whistle, to keep you going, to keep you focused, because weekend trading, you never know. We could see some moves on weekend trading. Let's take a look at Glitch, as Glitch has been the hot mover of the day. A little bit of a move for Glitch here to the upside. We talk about Glitch breaking out of this falling wedge, and today it's moving a little bit too as well. As you can see, someone getting excited in the comment section. I think a little too excited, but he's still excited. God bless you. God bless you. So let's take a look. Jen Shiro. Jens, baby, Jens. Had a pop of 37, gave it back, but still had a pop. And this CGG Chain Guardians, I put it out here just, a few days back, and this thing boomed up for 42% gains. Chain Guardians. Shout out to anyone that may or may not have got in for the gains. S-Fund also made a move here. Tight in the channel. S-Fund made a move to the upside. Jens made that move. S-Fund. I don't know about Jen. Jen's is oldie. B-Rise made a pump for 19. Chain Guardians made a nice move up 42%. gains for CGG. Take a look here. One thing I was noticing. Yeah, the Chain Guardians CGG, Sean. I'll send it to you now. But yeah, here's the link to the Chain Guardians. Yeah, if you notice that the chart isn't exactly the same, just be careful. SHX for the move and idea for the move, though. A lot of gains, insane. Even though it's been tight channeling, I'm looking at Roar too. Just getting tight in the move. Roar could make a bit of a move. Anything is possible. POLC, Polka City on my radar. These low cap gems. That's the next one that looks pretty likely to make a bit of a move. I hold it long term just to make it clear, but it's been sitting in a wallet. I haven't even looked at it in a long time. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, and let's show you what I see happening for Bitcoin. Right off the bat, I'm seeing a move here. You know, this is the idea. This is the idea, this falling wedge to the upside. 22-hour looks pretty cool. And the idea is to play this flag that's coming off the retest to the upside, right? That's what we're looking at here. We're going to zoom into the smaller time frames, but just give you that overall idea, right? And I'll show you it on another time frame. Bitcoin here on Coinbase, and we'll take a look. So this is what I'm seeing. You have this retest here, and you're just coming right back to it, right? And you have a lot of support, and you're retesting, and this is just likely to make a bit of a move to the upside, all right? And the 22-hour makes it look pretty apparent to me. Very oversold, and you can't seem to break. You know, they've tried numerous times. It can't seem to break the zone. So, and you got nice support here if you break. Here if you break, and here. So it's like, it's not like you're going to fall quick. And you got a lot of movement there. So 22-hour looks like a move is coming to the upside for Bitcoin. And I've been talking about it. So while everyone's kind of focused on the small side, I'm looking here. This looks like a boom coming. Falling wedge to the upside flag. Tight moving averages getting nice. 200 is the outlier. Not too shabby. Back to our smaller time frame. Let's see what's happening this morning. All right. Bitcoin formed what I see as a descending triangle. I didn't even get a chance to say the words yet. But this is descending, you know. Once this came down, you had a flat bottom. Look at this. See? And, you know, that's a descending triangle. And it's funny, you know, they call them bilateral patterns. But most of the time, they break to the downside. Descender. And they break straight down. Like, now, this could be a fake out breakdown, but so far, we're breaking to the downside here. Low liquidity on Friday. I see someone, just a whale, just trying to get their way. Also, we looked at BOOKMAP this morning. And, you know, BOOKMAP said that the only orders were lower. The only orders we saw were lower at 23,002, 23,000. So it suggested that we would see lower, you know, a lower price action for Bitcoin. Out of nowhere, it got a pump up to like 24,000 this morning at like 6 in the morning. It got this pump up here, 23,009, and then it started to slump down and lost the liquidity. So Bitcoin's just been fumbling around. This is BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP, link in the description below for BOOKMAP if you want to jump on in. All right. Check it on out. Check it on out. Bad numbers with the Fed came out today regarding inflation. There you go. Bitcoin is making a nice inverted head and shoulder. Jasmine, 4-hour turn. Don't wait. Keep your crypto safe. Get yourself a hardware wallet today. Trezor hardware wallet. I'm telling you, they're the best. The touch is the best. I love it. Bitcoin making a nice inverted head and shoulder. Sam, check out the story about a school who's mining crypto at a school in Massachusetts. Had a pretty in-depth mining setup. Pretty cool. Thank you for saying that. Funny. I see principal fired for mining school at a for mining at a school. It's so funny. I'll find the article. It didn't come up for some reason. I don't want to spend all day, but thank you. So there's some long liquidations coming in on a Friday afternoon, a Friday morning. Sorry, it feels like the afternoon. Friday morning, double bottom here for Bitcoin again. You know, And so we're just kind of caught in this zone, this up and down zone. We are still hugging a higher low than 23,338. Still hugging a higher low. I didn't make that Bitcoin buy with the trading group last night. I hesitated. I didn't add to my bags. I hesitated. Somebody told me just to be patient, that more would come my way, you know. So descending triangle, the measured move of this is the length of the base, basically the same as the, you know, and it kind of, you know, even though it's a descending triangle, I mean, I had it as a symmetrical triangle right here before, you know, and then it kind of looked more descending. But I woke up this morning, I saw a symmetrical triangle most of the time, even though it's 50-50, I see them breaking to the downside, you know. I see them breaking to the downside. I'm deleting all my work. I want to start fresh, mad scientist style, like I've been doing, and I do it every single day. It's how I have like maybe some type of, you know, obsessive compulsiveness that I don't feel comfortable unless I can see it a certain way. If it makes sense to you. So these are my true levels of supportive resistance that I care about. All right. I keep talking about the fact that we could be in this rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. The measured move would take you right here, right? And we go from there. Let me do it clean. There. And we'd go right down to that area, right? So that's one area, that's one thing we have to think about. Or are we, you know, I mean, there's a chance that we're still in some type of, this is what I've been showing, that we're still in this type of wedge. The wedge is hugging, and we're going to end up coming back up to the top of the wedge. We're just hanging out. So let's zoom in on this idea. But no, I mean, there we go. We're getting a pretty... Right now, we just lost, in my opinion, we just lost this support region, right? But we could double bottom yet again. I'm going to take this away because it's going to end up being a flat zone, right? Like this. So to me, definitely a falling wedge, but we could be, you know, also falling from the rising wedge here to the downside. Right now, Bitcoin getting bearish. 1 hour pointing down. You kind of have a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. And I've been showing this idea to my trading group. This is a shoulder, a head, and this is a shoulder. And then it was even looking like this morning. Was a shoulder, head, and that was a shoulder, right? So I've been feeling bearish because of these ideas. You know, seeing head and shoulders patterns aren't the greatest. And at the end of the day, like, this is also descending triangle. So like, you got this descending triangle vibe, head and shoulder. It just, there's a bearishness in the patterns that are telling us to be careful. You could say, okay, we're holding the zone slightly, but we lost the high volume node. We're likely going down to 23,000 right now, in my humble opinion. Go to the smaller time frame to look for a flag or some type of, you know, a bullish divergence possible. There's a slight divergence here. Very slight, but it is a divergence. Interesting. So we know when the rising wedge breaks down, we're going to go to 21.6. We know that's the area to watch right now. So we can kind of leave that at a zone. I mean, we still have a lot of support in this area. Like right there too. We could double bottom here. This is resistance for sure now, though. Like, this is diagonal resistance. Felt like we even broke out of it, broke back in. But you have this diagonal resistance. And you have this bar of support here. You know, I've been showing this idea too. I mean, are you in a giant flag? You know, do we just kind of... So what do I see happening for Bitcoin today? Well, this is a descending triangle, in my humble opinion. Measured move to the downside here. And that would convene you down to about 21,500. So You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we dumped. But the 1 hour is pretty oversold. 15 minutes pretty beat up. And the 7 minute has that slight bullish divergence now right there starting to form. Trying to make like a bullish hopium sense out of this. The idea is you're in this falling wedge here, see? And you're going to go lower to test the lower part of the wedge. Break back up inside and then maybe break out of the wedge to the upside. See? This morning I was watching a 7 minute and it broke out. I was watching this morning I was watching this 7 minute falling wedge here. It broke out and we got up and it started to pump and it looked like Bitcoin was going to do some damage, but it couldn't get above this local. We got a local resistance too at 24,000. You know, you can see. And we got shredded. And then look, shoulder, kind of a head and a shoulder there too. You see this? So it's been head and shoulders around all day, all morning long, really. I was pointing them out this morning to the trading group. So that's kind of on my, that's on my radar right now. The head and shoulders for BTC here. So we're going to need a bounce in the next, we're going to need a bounce soon here. But I mean, BOOKMAP was spot on. It told us we were going lower and we went lower. So far, BOOKMAP spot on. It says we could even still fill 23,002, 23,200. Say it's not 100% over yet. We still have some time. We could see some lower lows. So it's interesting. It's not over yet. And I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say, that we can't say that anymore. You can't. You just can't, It's not correct at this point. Right? That's a little too slow though. So look, Bitcoin. Definitely see a descending triangle vibe here. Definitely see descending triangle vibes. If you don't see it, then you haven't traded long enough, right? So descending triangle vibes. Can we get the bounce? And then I also have this line here as a possible falling wedge that we come down lower to. But overall, you're bearish. You keep making lower lows. All right. And remember, one thing I do want to talk about is the bearish divergence on the daily time frame. I mean, as long as we stay above this line, it's, we're still holding support. But it's ugly. It's ugly. This is coming down, and right here on the RSI, you got swing down to swing down. Let me move it off my face. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. So you got, heavy bearish div that has played out so far into resistance, but it could continue lower. And then the idea that this is a rising wedge, and it is, that's breaking to the downside already. Measured move takes you right here, 21,596. But we'll watch the downfall on the smaller time frames. Right now, the 15 minute and the 7 suggest that the pain is over for now. We should get a bit of a bounce here, so let's watch what happens. I'm expecting some type of bounce on the 7 and the 15, at least back to resistance, and then we'll go from here. But head and shoulders everywhere. So right now, I'm expecting a bounce. But the daily doesn't look too good. It's kind of the daily or the 22. They're both battling each other. Does the 22 get the bounce or does the daily get the bounce? Does the daily keep pressing the 22 down? And the smaller time frames are going to tell us who wins the battle. Right now, we have clean resistance. We got to get back above. Like if we can't close a candle above 24K, expect more downside. And even this, look, it's just funny how many head and shoulders I see in many variations. Even this has a head and shoulder pattern. All right. And don't forget this one too that we talked about. It's not perfect, but it is a head and shoulder. So just be careful out here. Bitcoin is out of resistance, can't get back above. If the bulls can't break us back up here, and you see more of this nonsense, we're going down to this level, and then we're likely testing the low of the rising wedge to the downside. All right. Let's take a look at his short real quick and see how the shorts are looking. 4 hour still looks really good in the flag, though. See, if you just look at the 4 hour and you're like, this flag looks nice. Tight moving averages, things are looking good. 200 moving average. We don't want to go below the 200 SMA, too. Another thing is I'm bullish as long as price stays above the yellow line here. The second price gets below this yellow line, you'll see me switch, and it's likely we head lower. We're not going to head lower, in my humble opinion, until we get below the yellow line. So just everyone can take a cool break. We're all right. And we're testing a pretty strong level, 23,005. We've hit it here a bunch of times. We may hit it here a few more times before we can get, So, and I painted you the most bearish picture I could. But I'm also bullish. You're back. How is this guy bullish and bearish? Because I'm open-minded. And anything can happen at any given moment in time. All right? If I had to call it, I like what I'm seeing on the 22-hour for a move. And unless we break this, I remain bullish as long as we stay above this support zone. Once we start to break this and start to dump quickly, things change. All right? And I have the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario, and I'm watching them both. You see? And that's the key. Like a true chess player, can you see all the different possibilities at the same time? At the same time. All right? And I mean, this looks bearish, though. Like the smaller time frames are looking bearish to me. Like there's more of a dump here now as we continue to liquidate the longs. Longs just getting... This has been a horrible week for people trading leverage. If you've traded leverage this week, it's been an absolute just melee. Insane. Shout out to the 675 beautiful people on the live. 245 likes. May get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. And look at this. I mean, massive fall down here. 23,400 as we get the drop to the downside. Bitcoin just getting absolutely smoked. Well, I mean, you had head and shoulders. I mean, this is the head and shoulder playing out right here. If you just play the patterns the way they're supposed to be played, boom, that tells you that your measured move is to the downside. Right when I was about to hit that short, too. So take a look at the short on KuCoin. And so we've been showing you the short since it was in this, kind of, to me it looks like a descending triangle, but it was a falling wedge that did break out. We were trading it on smaller time frames too here. It double topped, but kept watching it. It went flat and eventually made a flag. See? Eventually, look, it made a beautiful, just like Bitcoin's in a descender, this made an ascending triangle. And there it goes, man, as Bitcoin takes the dive. Yep, 455. Now, we could wick back up, but I mean, at the same time, you're losing a key level right here now, or you could still be double bottoming, right? That was 23,362. I'm just not impressed by price action lately. It's been pretty dry. It's been like, come on, man. All day and just sitting going sideways, up, down, back, right. To me, they're just liquidating whoever's around. Whoever's around. Let's take a look at the liquidation indicator and see who's who and who's getting smashed out. This is insane to me. Why do people trade leverage when it's obvious it's not the smart thing to do? Why do people still continue to do it? I don't understand. Can someone please explain to me why they do it? On the daily, the 382 lines up with the bottom of the rising wedge. Market is teasing us. It's always doing that. I mean, you still have more liquidations here. It's tighter down here. It says we go lower into the 23,300. We get into the zone and clean it up, and we got to get down here. But not much lower than 22,600, which is interesting, right? So that's just one thing to think about. Bitcoin, baby. I have 80% of my dry powder on the sidelines that needs a home, baby. I think we'll go sideways for a while. Got to be super patient for the leverage. Dopamine, tushy. I love short money. They're getting the long liquidations to gas up for the pump to 30K. Wrecking the shorts. Unhealthy selling. Thanks for the time, brother. Anytime. Shout out to Boot to Thrill. A lot of people with no risk management skip 8 in 125X. I have no idea. So crazy. Because like most things, they're run by emotion. And their emotion is telling them, hey, do this. This is going to help out if you get this in, if you do this. You know what I mean? And it just ends up not being the case. It doesn't happen that way. So at the end of the day, I mean, this head and shoulders playing out. That head and shoulders playing out. And the descending triangle playing out. Measured move to the downside. I see nothing stopping us right now. 4 hour has turned bearish, as you see. 1 hour could stay pinned down there. No problems. So now we go to the smaller time frames to look for when this could end. And here I am back on the 5-second chart again. Regretfully so. I mean, a nice divergence here says we could stop the pain right now at 23,003, which would be a double bottom of that other bottom right now. But now you got a local, very small local resistance at 23,400. You got to get above this level here to remain bullish. You got to get back above 23,472. Then you got to climb above this point of control. And then it's, 23,500, obviously, right? Like, that's like your main local area. I got my divvy scope on. So here, what I like to do now is take a look at the strong coins on CoinMarketCap. Then we can run on over those coins and take a look here at what's happening. Shout out to anyone jumping in during the dump. Appreciate you for being here. And I always tend to get the pumps or the dumps. So look, that bullish divergence is playing out. Can we get the pump back up to the upside? Finally, something that could, slow it down. So we're going to take a look at CoinMarketCap. Filecoin up 0.4%, 0.5%. Fay, $1, whatever, that's $1. All your stable coins hanging out, obviously, right? And this Leo thing, I don't, that's some shady business. Crypto is life. Thanks for being here on the Daily, Sam. I enjoy all that you are, offer, and the love the group. Can you take a look at AGIX? Shout out to Mob Barley in the house for the $20 super chat. Mob Barley, God bless you. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Bitcoin held 30K clicks. Bitcoin dumbing. Yes. Small time frames, RSI reset 1 minute to the 1 hour. This is true. Can we get this double bottom? Can we get this shoulder head and kind of a right shoulder here? Can this bullish divergence end the pain on the 5-second chart? Can we stop right here? We shall see. We got a resistance here. If we can't get back above it, they remain inside of a more of a bigger bear flag that could just continue to the downside. Don't know why people are shorting in the oversold. The depth chart on Binance is unbalanced, heavily on the sell side. And look at that heavy sell down now too. But BOOKMAP had us. I mean, this morning BOOKMAP said 23,200. It said it. It showed you there was just a big glob of red there and there's nothing left. So if you were in my trading group, this is what BOOKMAP told us was likely going to happen. So it wasn't rocket science, everybody. It wasn't rocket science. We had an indicator that told us what was going to happen. All right. Right here. BOOKMAP flat, but orders below. At 8 in the morning, I'm telling you, we're going down to 23.4, 23. See, it's just telling you the orders are low. I hope you know that's when I tell you the orders are below, that's what it's telling you. Where else are we going to go to fill those orders for BOOKMAP? That's why I love BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP did it again. Get BOOKMAP, link in the description below. BOOKMAP told you where you woke up this morning, didn't know what is short or long. BOOKMAP showed you where the liquidity was. Could have rolled that liquidity right down into the shorts. Watch, look, $1 million, 270 accounts. I've seen more $1 million liquidations in the last few days than I have in a long time. Massive, massive long liquidations. These are all the people that went long, just getting absolutely just demolished on a Friday. And I tell people never, leverage trading on a Friday. I've sound like a broken record. I've said this the last 3 Fridays. The Friday is the worst day to leverage trade in your entire life. Absolute worst day to leverage trade ever. Fridays are the absolute worst day to leverage trade. This dude's so interesting. If the orders are below, that means buyers. So where is the selling coming from? This dude doesn't get it, obviously. All right, man. This guy wants to buy 949 Bitcoin. All right. But you got all these people that have little bits of money that have longed. So to fill this guy's order, we got to go all the way down there to fill his order. All right. Market makers, liquidity, even just forget. It's not even against you. It's just how the order books work. Like the order books are going to fill the most orders possible throughout the day. That's just how, human society works, human idea. So when you see so many more orders down here than up here, the price is going to go fill those orders. And if your stop loss or liquidation point happens between the price and those orders, you're going to get squeezed. All right. This is about whales buying Bitcoin, man. This is not about people selling. All right. This is you getting stuck in between. Don't sleep on Corium. Thank you, Sam, DK, Sean, Zeno, and the lifers. Mad love and respect to all. Shout out to Lieutenant Dan Dangle for the $5 super chat. May God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in. Audio has 20x already. Got it. Amen. Unless you get the right direction. Happy Friday, everybody. Where did it show Bitcoin buy? Right here. Look, it's showing you the order book. 946 Bitcoin, 606 Bitcoin, 498 Bitcoin, 538 Bitcoin. That's how many Bitcoins are on that someone wants to buy. That many Bitcoins right here on the order book. And these are people selling Bitcoin. So nobody's trying to sell up here. Everyone's trying to buy. It's a good sign that we're loading up to go somewhere. Why do whales pack their bags, right? Whales are buying. I'm telling you, right, showing you this, that whales are buying Bitcoin at these levels, 23,000, 23,500. The whales are snatching up Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, when you look at the monthly chart for Bitcoin, look at that all-time history index, and we look at the monthly. Let's take a look at that monthly chart. So beautiful. And it suggests, look at that. You have a hidden bullish divergence, number one. Swing up to swing up. This tells me that the trend will continue to the upside, just like this one did. That's a hidden bullish right there on the monthly. You will make a high higher than this high at one point. At one point. So it's coming. Time will tell. And then you got a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time to the measured move, right? 81,000. Possibly by December of 2024. That would be insane, right? But that's what it suggests. You'd be at 81,000 by September 2024, December 24th. All right. So from now, March. So basically, this one goes from March 1st all the way to December 1st. Funny, the 1st to the 1st. Is that weird? Is that really true how that did that? Yeah, that's weird, huh? My line is exactly from the 1st to the 1st. Anyway, so, Bitcoin retested the previous high, which you found support on. Pretty interesting, right? The monthly looks absolutely amazing. And there's only been really, in Bitcoin's life cycle, you had 1, 2, 3, and 4 times to get Bitcoin on the low. So to me, this is it. This is where I accumulate my BTC. We can go down to 18K again, 16K, 12,000. I don't know. Based on the monthly, it looks unlikely, but anything is possible. But here we go. And if you watch my channel, I was doing this back in the day. I was drawing this, and we hadn't breaking over, and I was showing that we would probably go to, 40,000 somewhere by February, and it's kind of crazy. So I also called the cup and handle here for Bitcoin going to 69,000. I was 9 days shy of that happening too. So interesting. And we'll get back into the smaller time frame here. So look at Bitcoin. The short starting to kind of philander, which is a good sign. We'll go back to the Binance chart here. Can the pain end here on this, on what we're looking at? I don't know. We kind of stayed in the shoe, so to speak. We stayed inside the shoe. It's not a good sign. That's a bear flag. Ugly. Says that we go lower. Nothing really stopping this dump for now. What is your bookmap settings for the tick size and so forth? Just one. You can put any tick size you want, man. Mine might be different than yours. Just play around. Yeah, the deal with Microsoft will make them go up long term anyway. I'm over here hemming and hawing, going all in at 19K and 24, and it's like, who cares? Now the time to load up. That monthly looking great. Yep. Let's take a look at the super chats. AGIX. You got to zoom out and have a 2-year plan when it comes to Bitcoin. If you don't have a 2-year, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But for me, I got to have a 2-year plan. I zoom out and I use a 2-year plan when it comes to Bitcoin because that's how I won. And that's how I'm always going to win. Emotions, you can get caught up in monthly, weekly emotions. But if you have a plan of a couple years, you're going to be pretty spot on it. And as long as you research your asset and you know what you're doing, So everything's going to be following a little bit of this Bitcoin dip. But, AGIX really had already kind of made a little bit of a pump. Still looking really nice. So you can see AI coins looking strong. 4 hours high on a lot of coins, as I said this morning. You know what I mean? 4 hours overbought on a lot of different projects. So AGIX looking still nice to me. If it breaks the zone, then it breaks the zone. Like, right? If we see this just, and it dumps, it'll dump. I mean, it is what it is. And we'll reassess and we'll make some type of falling wedge. And, the story will change. But for now, it's still holding zones really nicely. I put out everything that I've liked in the last few weeks. Like, really, I feel like I'm like out charted. Like, I've charted myself to completion. Like, at least for the next day or two. Now, and then the next day, things will reset. But AGIX looks good. I put out every little coin, honestly, that's on my radar. Things that I'm looking at, things that I'm willing to hold, things that I'm going after. Shizu Kobe's ready to fire. Let's go. I've been watching AGIX for a month, man. It looks good. It does, but you never know. You never know. Bitcoin starting to stall out at 23,390, 400. Can we end this liquidity grab? Are we done yet? Less people to liquidate on the weekends. They go through as many people as they can, and it starts to kind of fall off. So, finger on the trigger to scoop up some more BTC. No such thing as a vacation. How dare you? You're going to be removed as a moderator if you ever say that again. What's wrong with you? How dare you? Get with the program, as my father used to say. Wow, so look at this DXY. We wanted this rising wedge not to break out. We formed this little channel. We said we got to break to the downside, and look at it, broke out of the rising wedge. Horrible. Not a good sign for Bitcoin today. Another reason why Bitcoin's taking a bit of a dump, the DXY attempting to pump out. We need this to be a fake out breakout. We really do. We want this to just jump right back in. This is horrible. Horrible. So look, not good for the S&P, not good for regular market. So if this stays out inside of a flag or continues to pump, not a good sign for the dollar index at all. Let's take a look. It's overbought on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, suggesting that is the end of this ride. The DXY pony has to be put inside the stable. It is over, but it's looking pretty insane right now, right? And wow, the 15-minute is resetting for, it says it wants to continue. So I'd watch out right now. Something's going on here. Bad data, PCE data, right? On the weekly. So let's take a look. Personal consumption expenditures, right? For December, let's take a look here. What happened? Interactive data, documentation. Next release, February 24th, right? So it came out today, current release. So here we go. Personal income outliers for December released. No, where's the current release? Is it about to come out yet? Where is it? No, it said at 8:30 in the morning right here. It came out. Personal income outlays. So January's release comes out right now in February. So let's take a look, right? But why is it doing this? These websites are so annoying. Like, just show me, here's the release there. Show me the nice release for. Why doesn't it just show you the release? It's so annoying, right? All right, here we go. January, they added January right there. So January. So look, personal change from preceding month, right? So it's up 0.6 from the preceding month. And this is up 0.9, 0.4. It was going down, right? 0.3. Now it's up 0.6. Current dollar's 2. That's no good, right? Personal consumption expenditures 1.8. 0.8. So, things are going up. So the increase in current dollar personal income in January was led by an increase. So current dollar personal income. So the personal income and outliers. So personal income went up, which should be a good sign. It increased by 131 billion, 0.6% in January, according to the estimates by the Bureau. All right. Disposable income increased by 3.78.4, and personal consumption expenditures increased. So people began to buy a little more. The price index increased, though, by 0.6%. Excluding food and energy, the PCI price index also increased by 0.6%. The real TPI increased 1.4%, and the real PCI increased 1.1%. Goods increased 2.2%, and services increased 0.6%. So, despite raising rates, what we want to see is we want to see these things go down in price so that, you know, estimates have been updated throughout July to December, through July to September, estimates for compensation, personal taxes, contributions for the government, labor, blah, blah, blah. So the data is bad. I mean, you know, which pushes people back into the dollar. We want to see this expenditure go down. We don't want to see energy and expenditures. We don't want to see people paying more. You know, despite the income going up, that's okay, but it's not going up fast enough to balance the increase, right, in cost. So not the best sign, all right? Not the best sign. But look there, like, I mean, that's the thing. We already knew the CPI data too. That's why I just, you know, I feel like they just use this as a cash grab to scare the markets, get people a little crazed, you know. But look, I mean, this says we're going lower. And here we go. Further down to about 23,195. And here we go. Let the dumpage continue. And look, now we got a mass order here. This guy wants to catch this falling knife at 22,900. See, he's saying, hey, we'll extend this. We'll put a fat order. Look, another 1,000 Bitcoins. For me, this is a good time to buy some more BTC, in my humble opinion. Good time to buy some more Bitcoin, right? Take a little nibble, I think. So what I'm going to do, I like the fear, man. When there's a lot of people wilding out, bugging out, I like the fear. I need my phone, though. I can't buy any Bitcoin without my phone, but I want to buy $2,000 worth of Bitcoin right now. It's good fear. I think I'll have for most of the afternoon to get in at these low levels. So 22.9 is macro 618. Could be an awesome load up zone. That's my 1,000 Bitcoin buy order. I'm sure it is. I desire positivity. Never Lambo. I'll drop my little Doge in my Harleys even when I'm a millionaire. Okay. My lifted Dodge. Okay. My lifted. I was about to say little Doge. My little Doge truck. My little Dodge. My lifted Dodge. All right. So sorry, man. He's like, I'll drop my lifted Dodge in my Harleys, baby. The XY looks like it could run out of steam soon. It is at a pivot point. I agree with you. But 105, I mean, dang. And we didn't want this to break out. We wanted this to get rejected by the rising wedge. We did not want to see this get above this. We wanted to make a double top. See if we at least have some bearish divergence now forming on the DXY. And you got some slight bearish divvy here, but it's not, you know, not the best because that still trends upwards. So superchats, Tron. Someone wants to look at Tron right now? That's hilarious. All right. And remember, you can trade MEXC Global. Place to be is MEXC. All right. Place to be is MEXC. Check it out whenever you can. MEXC.com, baby. MEXC.com. All right. And yes. That was my affiliate if you want to use that flash, but MEXC. Ooh, they're going dark now. So MEXC has the lowest fees, highest profits, only 0.03 for futures, 0 fee for both spot and futures maker fee. No one else has less fees than anyone else in the game but MEXC Global. Also have more ETFs than anyone else in the game, 2x, 3x, 4x, and 5x. Get down today. The short is up. The short is up. They also have crazy markets that nobody else has. Smaller coins doing damage. Let's take a look at what's happening on the markets today for MEXC. Collabland up 120%. Rilify up 44%. Merit Circle up 37%. Mango, right? I have a link to MEXC in the description below. GTX, Gem Exchanging. And there you go. Not as many gainers. You can see it's definitely a slow day when MEXC doesn't have tons and tons and tons of 10%, 20%, and 30% winners. Still a few little bangers out there, though. MEXC, the place to be. I'm telling you right now, short or long with MEXC. And why pay fees? MEXC has the lowest fees in the game than any other trading exchange. I mean, it's just a spot to be. Look, I mean, why would you want to pay any more? 0 trading fees for a maker fee for spot and futures trades. Jump on it today. You do not need a VPN for MEXC Global. You do not need a VPN for MEXC Global. Who doesn't desire 0 fees? Hit my link in the description below. Jump on in today. Get yourself a MEXC account and keep it moving. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I don't even want to know why R. Kelly is trending, but you probably know why. And here we go. All right. Do you think today is a good day to load up on Bitcoin? Gonna get some cool answers. Do you think today is a good day to load up on Bitcoin? And I told you I'm going to tweet all day on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin. Stop. I didn't do it. Bitcoin. Do you think today is a good day to load up on Bitcoin? I believe I am going to grab some more. It's always a good day to grab some more. It's interesting. We're going to look back on these times and we're going to say, man, why didn't we grab some more? What was I thinking? What was more important to me at the time that I felt the need not to grab some more? Do you think today is a good day to load up on Bitcoin? I'm going to grab some more. What are you going to do? Let me know in the comments of this thing, this little thingamajiggy here, of this tweet. And here I'm going to send the tweet there, and it's, you can answer the tweet right now if you can. Just hit the link right away. Bada boom, bada bang. Tomorrow I teach class, everybody. Tomorrow I teach class the last Saturday of every single month. So the 25th is the last Saturday of the month. I will be teaching class from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. Saturday Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast, that is an early morning start for you, 6 a.m. But if you're on another place in the world, UK, it's great for you. It's like a 2 in the afternoon class. Get ready on a Saturday. What else do you need to do? Jump on in today. I can't wait to sit with whoever wants to jump on onto this class and have a blast with me. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So Bitcoin continuing. There it goes. It hits the target and just continues. Just a massive, massive dump to 23K. And you could see, what was going down here, right? This head and shoulder pattern decided to dump on you. Let's take a look at it. We saw it this morning. Didn't look good. We had to hold those levels. You got lower lows coming right to this point of control, possibly 21,800. I'm eyeing. I like this though. This is good. This is now some good fear. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Probably didn't get affected yet because we need that to, all I have to do is type in fear and my computer knows exactly what I'm writing, Now that's good though. It was up at 60, 61, right? It's back to 53. That's pretty good. It was too high into the greed. I don't want to be buying in greed. I'll buy neutral and I'll buy into the very, very gray area. I bought a lot here, but I'll start picking at 53. It's a good day to buy some BTC in my humble opinion. Babe, we ever find my phone? You ever find my phone, babe? So I could buy some Bitcoin finally? I'm going to buy this Bitcoin. I'm going to buy $2,000 worth of Bitcoin right now. This is a good time to buy. I like this dumpage. And the sad thing is we lost this level. Kind of ruins every kind of scenario. And it kind of brings us back to the bearish scenario, right? This is starting to, this is losing. Now we're losing the support zone, for sure. Okay. Got that bounce. Funny, I called that out and we got that bounce. We lose this trend line too that I drew, which was actually a pretty cool trend line. You can see it was being supported here. And now, that daily's coming down, baby. The daily says at the end of the day, you had daily bearish divergence and it said, hey, I'm going to play out on you. Short daily bearish divvy. Every time you see it is what the lesson learned there is for you. One, two, three, 4 days of pain, right? However, I trade altcoins mainly, and there was a lot of altcoins that pumped in there. So depends on kind of what your fancy is. To me, that's a rising wedge breaking to the downside for sure, though. And our next level is we're coming down. And we got our smaller time frame, but I just wanted to show you this. Now, we still have a support zone here. It's not all bad. We got some support here. We've bounced off this many times. Do we bounce out of it? We'll see. We could still be making this ascending triangle, and we could bounce up. We could be doing this, see? So I'm open-minded. This is kind of the catch-all. If we lose this level, then that gets completely negated, right? And we come down to this area. What happens with that? How do we figure it out? The small time frame that I'm playing with right now. That's why I'm on the 30-second chart, right? What a dump. Now we got resistance at 23,200. You see how this just keeps making another resistance and another till eventually the pain has to end at one point, right? But if you're not on a smaller time frame, you wouldn't have been able to see this bear flag. You would have not known where Bitcoin was going to go. You see? But the smaller time frame was able to show you what was going down, right? And now look, now we got this. I mean, this is another flag. Unless we double bottom here, we're going to go lower down to this area here at 20, and then we're going to lose 23K. Okay. Nasty dump, low liquidity Friday, moving the price down. More liquidations. Look, another $1 million in liquidations on BOOKMAP. Link to BOOKMAP in the description below if you want to jump on into BOOKMAP. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much for jumping on in. 877 beautiful people on the live. Everybody, listen. More people will learn and get in, and if you can get these likes to match. There's 500 beautiful people, 520 people not hitting that like button. 520 plus 357 is like, help me do the math, baby. So let's get those likes up to the watchers. Follow me on all these different places at my link tree. I'm going to post my link tree here. Check me out. All right. Answer the tweet that we posted. Go to MEXC Global and stop paying fees if you have to, lowest fees in the game. Link to MEXC Global in the description below. All right, I'll make it real easy, and I can also post a link to MEXC Global for you, so you have it ready at your beck and call. MEXC link right here for you. There you go. Look, you don't even have to do anything, and I will pin it. I will pin it right there. MEXC link pinned to the top of the chat here. So save yourself. We're all going to learn. You're going to learn. You're going to lose. You're going to win. You're going to go up and down. You're going to pay some fees as you figure it out. You might as well do it for no fees. Do that at MEXC Global, right? I mean, why not? It's a no-brainer. I'm telling you right now. And, this just started. That's why people are like, he's been bringing it up a lot. I've been bringing it up a lot because this just came out the last week. I want to make sure people understand that they're doing something big. They're deciding to put the customer first. They could continue with no fees, and they'd be with higher fees, and they'd be fine just like everybody else. They're saying, hey, why don't we get our name out there and make people trust and love us and put the customer first? Right? And so instead of charging, let's charge less and put the customer first. So remember, a lot of times the pain stops in the smaller time frames when we hit the cup and handle, right? Many times you've been watching, this happened, I learned this with each and every one of you. We were watching, we'd watch a move, and then we get the bottom cup and handle, and that would stall the price out at least for a second, and at least, try to get us to break back to the upside here. Sammy coming at it to the upside on the 30-second chart. Could this be the way Bitcoin digs its way out of this nasty dump to the downside? Everybody is watching. Could we find Bitcoin? Could it actually get a move here back to the measured move of the point of control? Bitcoin back to 23,400. Oh, no. It looks like, oh, my gosh, it is struggling. But I'm short at Bitcoin on the moment. More pain to come. Can you trade on a PC with MEXC Global, or is it just an app? You can trade anywhere you want, baby. On your phone, on a PC. You just log in on your browser. Gala RSI and stocks at the rock bottom. Every time frame up to the 8-hour, and daily is almost there. Gala getting beat to the ground. Oh yeah, MEXC desktop is easy, baby. Shorting at this point is just pig greedy. Or just, keeping that trailing stop loss. But wow, we just saw a massive dump for Bitcoin together. It just went from about 24,000 all the way to 23,000. We saw a $1,000 drop for Bitcoin Pretty fast. And look, it lost a point of control and went to the volume area low. Look, that's the value area. That's where I would load up. That's where I would want to load up for BTC, right? That's where we could get a move here. Back to the upside on the smaller time frame. And last night, did we not go over the bearish scenario on the weekly screen share? Who was with me going over all those bearish scenarios on the weekly screen share? We had to do it. We saw that there was a chance we could be dropping on the daily, the bearish divergence and the rising wedge. All right? Sad to say. Can this cup and handle give us a move back? Can we stop the pain? Or do we continue to the downside here for Bitcoin? Only time will tell. Shout out to the 900 beautiful souls in the live stream. My name is Samuel James Price. I've been trading for 15 years. All right? I've been working on my voice for almost as long. And I've been doing all sorts of different things in my life. But I started getting into finance and trading a long time ago at around 22, 23 years old. I'm going to turn 40 this year. I teach class every single Saturday. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to learn how to, find the bottom, figure out where things are going, look for divergences, act calm. Right now, most people are freaking out because they're watching red candles. They don't know what time frame to go to slowly watch things, to stay calm, to stay collected. I can hook you up. I can teach you every single Saturday. If you email cryptolifers@gmail, because I think it's 24 hours, the link doesn't work anymore. But if you email cryptolifers@gmail, here's this. If this cup and handle hits the target, you got to come to class. How's that? Let's make a deal. If this cup and handle comes and hits this target, you got to come to class. All right? So if this cup and handle hits my target here at this point of control, and Bitcoin goes back to 23,398, you got to come to class. All right? If it doesn't, fine, you're off the hook for this weekend. But if this cup and handle hits, you got to come to class. And you got to stop playing games. Because I'm going to show you that this works and that what I teach actually does happen. So stay tuned for the 30-second chart. When this hits, you got to sign up for class. Email cryptolifers@gmail. And I'll be there tomorrow from 9 to 12. I can't wait to be there with you and 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 you get a car. 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 MEXC desktop is the way to go unless you're on the phone, baby. Shout out to Alucard. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's see it happen, Captain. Don't defy my cup and handle now. Blast off, my young soldier. So look, now I got another bear flag, in my humble opinion, that could drop us down. Stochastics are getting a little beat too. So you may be off the hook for Saturday. Some people may be off the hook. But watch this just boom. All the way to the upside. Your destiny is about to be sealed. Some of you are saying, hey, if it does hit, who here is going to sign up for class if it actually does hit? The class is really the bomb. Don't sleep on it. I was basically blind trying to read the charts before taking the class. Shout out to Druid Crypto, man. Thank you for saying that. Tell people right now, anyone out there that took the class that could say something, of the 900 people on the live stream today, anyone out here that took the class that just wants to say something, say, the class was awesome. Let me know. I will. You're funny. When you read leverage testimonials, you'll know you're in the right place. Read the testimonial. CNC Ireland class is fire in there tomorrow already, though. Shout out to Nick Zulu. God bless you. I will join Crypto Monster, my man. I'm joining. I could do a high leverage with gains. Join your class. It took a while ago, and I learned something new on the moving averages that Lifer uses. Me, but it's dropping. Not yet. Not yet. Learned more in 3 hours than the previous 3 years. Wow. Take the class, become a lifer. Lifer bringing the energy on this fine Friday. Drop some likes for the man. Class changed my life. What are the levels we're looking at? I have a degree in economics, have a Series 7, and work from a giant financial, and I learned so much in your class. Wait, whoa. We gotta, I'm clipping that out. You saw that, babe? He has a Series 7, he works for a giant financial institution, and he learned so much in my class. That, you're gonna make me cry, bro. You're gonna make me cry. Cause you just professionally verified me, you just made me feel amazing. My life's work is to teach, and the fact that you're saying that, dude, I'm gonna cry over that. That's you're gonna break me down. Amazing. Sam is the GOAT. I don't have the money. So, I mean, this cup and handle ain't done yet. It looks like it could make that move. We could have found our bottom here. If I call the bottom today. Babe. BB? Anyone out there to find my phone? Summer? Maybe my family left me here alone. She does all the time. Doesn't even tell me. Just leaves me alone. Disappears. I have a degree in economics, my Series 7, and I work for a gigantic financial institution, and I learned so much in your class. I mean, send more people in these institutions to class, man. Everyone has called this as a bell. Oh, come on, man. I'm doing it live on the 30-second chart. Hogwash everyone. Nonsense. So look, this is still a handle here. Still a handle. You're coming to class. You're not at you. You're coming to class when this handle blasts to the upside and we make a high to the point of control. You're coming to class. You think you're out, but that's still a cup and heady. Sammy cup and heady to the upside. Just a low, higher low there. Getting that move. It's going to squiggle wiggle. Is the cup, and it takes, again, so much better after it. Someone said how to short. Well, there's easy ways to short. There's harder ways to short. In my trading group, we like to short with an ETF. So you go to BTC.3S on KuCoin or on MEXC Global. MEXC Global also has beautiful ETFs for you. Go to a good time frame. What's going on here? This is not right. BB, you found my phone? Really? So you go to like Bitcoin 3S, which is a short. If it. Oh yeah, I'm about to say, I'm like, where am I? PHNX. I'm like, I don't think that asset even works anymore. So this is what you do. I mean, look at that. It just hit the target. Measured move. And I'm not saying I usually do have a short open or an idea of a short in my trading group. This morning I didn't see, I actually saw the head and shoulder pattern and it didn't look too good to me. But I didn't throw out the 3S token, which I usually do. And I say, hey, watch it just in case, But I mean, you had this nice, you had a symmetrical triangle on both assets. And one was going to move one way and one was going to move the other, right? So this is how you make money when Bitcoin dumps, right? So look, this would have pumped you up 9-10% gains. So all Bitcoin was dumping and all the short tokens follow this. And there's a bunch of them. I have a list of them. I'll put a link in the description for you. I'll give you all the short tokens. And that's how you short the market. Right here. And I'll go here and I'll hit copy link. And I'll paste the link right here for you. Ready to go. All right. And there's the watch list for the short tokens. Give me your phone. I'll give you mine. Was just about to hit the local golden pocket bounce incoming. There we go. Look at the double bottom here. At double bottom, it's still technically a cup and handle. But it is a double bottom. Look, we double bottomed here off of 22,989. Babe, I needed to buy Bitcoin at 22.9, babe. Can you please help me find the phone? I'm going to send a tone to my phone. Could you look for it? I love you so much. I will do whatever it takes to get you whatever you need if you help me with my phone, babe.
Which shoe?
Those are wet.
These are what?
Yeah. Those are wet. No, they're both nice. I just like the other ones more. And it is snowy out. You need to have a boot. All right, so moving forward here. So, we still have this level of resistance that Bitcoin just can't get back above. You look at it, 23,150 as a resistance level. It's clear resistance now. We can drag this bar down. You see, you can't get above the zone. Where did I get a white line? That's strange. I haven't had a white line in a long time. It's trying to locate my phone since it's still locating. This is worrisome. I had my phone last night, though, so it's in the house. All right, I'm going to play a sound, my love. I'm playing a sound now. It just started. I hear it. I hear it. I left it on the floor. Of course. Smart guy. So look, I mean, this is coming down even higher now. I mean, look, so I'm going to get rid of the cup and handle. So dang, thought I was going to force people to class. Usually that cup and handle breaks out on me and I get you to class. You guys got lucky. You got lucky. I mean, descending triangle vibes yet again. See this? And that's bearish. That wants to go lower. Not looking good to me. You know, the idea is to have a 2-year outlook on this and get ready. There's always someone who wants to learn how to trade. There's always someone joining the trading group trying to learn. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Remember that. People think like, oh, well, it's, someone asked me, but, you know, Bitcoin's not doing too good. I'm like, yeah, but that's a good time for people to learn how to trade. You don't want to jump into the market when it's huge. You want to jump in the market when it's, you know, when it's been beaten up, when most people aren't paying attention. That's when you want to jump in the market, you know. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm just going over ideas like, you know, buy low, sell high. Like, you know, you get in when everybody's talking about something when it's at its peak. It is what it is. So now you have an inverted head and shoulder here. That could break you back up possibly. And a double bottom, but you have resistance. BOOKMAP got a massive liquidation. People just got annihilated on BOOKMAP. Look at that. All the way down to 177,000, 52 liquidations and more. BOOKMAP was spot on today. It told us we were going lower, and we went lower. We woke up this morning, and it said to short the market down to the liquidity order book, and it's exactly what happened. So BOOKMAP had us at hello. Again, I will show the chart that I posted this morning. And remember, Bitcoin takes down every single chart. Well, BOOKMAP said we were going lower. So first you got to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin plays games, look, $3 million in liquidations, $1 million in liquidations. I mean, that's the most I've ever seen on this liquidation indicator. So massive day for just obliteration. Too many people go long too quickly, right? And that's why I don't put all my eggs in one basket. I always keep dry powder on the sidelines. You never know. You never know. See if that inverted head and shoulder can break you out, but you got a resistance here, just a local one on the smaller time frame even. You can't get back above 23,150 to save your life, you know. Someone put a super chat in for Tron. Let's take a look at Tron on the super chats. In the dollar index, finally at least starting to stall out a little bit. But look at that 15-minute, suggested it could pump even more. So this looks like it isn't over. We may keep going down lower and lower and lower. Let's take a look at our bigger time frame idea here and see what's happening to BTC. All-time history index. And again, I mean, it was a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. That's simple to me. Bart Simpson head. And honestly, this could break all the way back down to this area. So look, you're hitting the point of control now. You broke, it's crazy how fast you broke through all that. That's a lot of up and down chop to just rip right through. It's pretty weird, but hey. So this is our next, you know, you're going to come right here to 22,660. And then, or maybe a little higher, 22,007. And then your next real area is 22,000. And then that, you know. And honestly, because you have a gap here, I wouldn't be surprised if you just fell really all the way back down here to 20,800. So you could definitely see us back at the 20,000 level. What we don't want to see is a low lower than this low. We want to make a low higher than this low. High, higher low, higher high, higher low. We want to make sure this high stays higher than this, you know. We break that, now you're in a downtrend, now you're looking for a lower high, and now things can completely change. And this whole kind of narrative changes too as well. And remember what I keep saying. We don't want to go below the 200 SMA. Did we do that? If we did that, that's Bear City. So let's delete this right here. If we're below the 200 SMA, I would short the market. Usually a bigger short comes out of that. So again, if this 4-hour candle closes below the 200 SMA, open up a short. Again, do whatever makes you happy, but I like open up a short. Look, that closes below there, short gets open. That gets closed there, a big nasty drop. That could close there, a big nasty drop. That closes there, a big nasty drop. I mean, the odds are in your favor that if you open a short the second you get below this 200 SMA on the 4, and I told you that was going to be a bearish sign for me. So it hasn't closed yet. It's going to close in 3 hours and 30 minutes, of course, the 33. But this candle closes below the 200 SMA. It's short time. And we're likely to drop lower down to these areas for some more, or at least here somewhere. It would be awesome if we just do a little dip like that. But even though that's the that's the best case scenario. You're going to get a dip, some type of dip. That's your best case scenario here, going below the 200 SMA. Not a good sign for Bitcoin right now. I didn't want to see this happen. I flip bearish when you go below the 200 SMA on the 4-hour. That's how things start to go bad. That's if you're in a really good bull run and things start to change. That's the first thing you'll start to see that you'll have to worry about. Like a substantial thing is your first thing you're going to start to see is price action's going to start coming for that 200 SMA. It happened pretty fast too. We were looking more healthy earlier in the day. Could still say you're technically in this, but you got to get back inside the wedge to remain bullish. You got to get back inside this falling wedge, and then the falling wedge could still break out. So it's not all bad. I mean, you're still above this 22,800 resistance too, and you got a bit of a bounce so far. But back to our smaller time frame, we just can't seem to get back above the resistance at 23,150. Can't do it, no matter how hard we try. Back to the strong coins that are up in the last hour. Hedera hash graph still up. Phantom down 2%. Everything else is down. Hedera holding it. GMX holding it. Right? And this is another thing I like to do is switch to the BTC pairs now. Why are we doing that? Well, BTC pairs are going to show you it's strong against Bitcoin. It's a pretty smart idea, actually, when you're getting it done. And you can kind of put something in your pocket for later, like PERBTC. Banging on them right now. Look at that. Doesn't care because Perp's just been pumping. So now you can see, and this actually may continue as Bitcoin dumps. Perp just may continue to go strong. SHIB 8%. Everything else is struggling a little bit. Not amazing. AGIX holding nicely against Bitcoin. It's a good sign because people don't want to sell AGIX off like they want to sell Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So AGIX is holding. FET BTC, which we showed already, which is pushing out, still holding. Kai, Crypt, Sol, MAP, and the rest of them aren't up enough really, but so those are the kind of the premier coins you're going to watch. HBAR was up too. Let's take a look at Hedera hash graph. Dumping, but it's been pumping, so the dump is in consideration of its bump. We bounced off the 618 so far. There we go. We broke above that level. The double bottom is forming. Technically, I should wrap you all back into class if this cup and handle goes like, if I say this was the cup, there was your handle, but finally got the double bottom bounce there for Bitcoin. All right. And 23,000 lows. I got my phone. I could buy my $2,000. Who wants to see me buy $2,000 worth of Bitcoin? I think it's time. I wish I got in on the reds, but I couldn't find my phone. But a couple $100 is I'm not bashful about a couple $100. We'll be all right. I'll die and I won't worry about a couple hundred. They say, here lies Sammy. He never worried about a couple hundo. You know what I mean? So here we are on ALTRADY.com. ALTRADY is the place to be. I'm telling you right now, if you want to jump on in and buy cryptocurrency, I'm going to go to the Bitcoin USDT pair here. And a nice red candle is where I want to buy Bitcoin on support zones. Buy support into a candle, right? I got 10 grand in waiting. So I'm going to take about 2,000. I'm going to buy me some Bitcoin right now at about 23,207. Wow, already up at 23,207 or 85. I'll hit the last price, 188, and I'm going to place that order. And there we go, confirm it. And as long as that goes through, bing. Show me an order book. Boom. That green says I'm in there. I just bought 2 grand worth of Bitcoin on a bad day, on a nice red day. Thank you for helping me buy more Bitcoin. I appreciate it. And Glitch was the mover of the day, up 98%. Labs up too. Perp up. Amazing. Perp just became the winner, huh? C6. What is C6? And remember, this could be a bear trap. We could bullish recover right back in here. Bounce back in, hang out, bounce up, and this thing could rip to the upside. Usually when they're loading up, it's because they want to rip. So, oversold 4-hour time frame, oversold 1-hour time frame. You know, what if we just make this all back up and start to pump? You never know. Just be careful, pay attention. We're looking for this small time frame move. So we're climbing, but we got to, now look, price will pump back up likely. This is that old idea we use on the daily, but now we're on the 30-second. But this is how you can learn how to trade the daily with the 30-second. We've been trading this on the daily, right? Price was tight, and it should pump up to the 200 SMA. This is scientific what we're doing right now. This is crazy. Let me show you. I'm going to show you the coins that do this. I'm going to just whip up a coin or two. So we're going to be on the daily time frame, right? And we could look at anything. We could look at GST. So look, when the moving averages got tight, price action would pump up to the 200 SMA. So we go back in time and we look at this asset. It's going to look just like Bitcoin now on the 30-second chart. See, they're exactly the same. You see this? I hope I'm blowing your mind. And I never knew I was going to do this today, but this is amazing. We should clip this out, Sean. This should get edited. How you can learn. Everybody. My name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, and I've been trading for years and years, about 15. And I've been in the charts for so long, and I spend 8 to 10 hours a day in the charts, to sometimes even more. And I found so many anomalies and different things that I've learned about the charts. Here's one thing that's very interesting. I can take things from the 30-second chart, and I can use them to trade the daily chart. Right here, the 30-second has tight moving averages, and the outlier is the 200 SMA. Price action, when this happens, should pump up to the 200 SMA. This is just something that happens with averages, with price. And this happens on any given asset that you could play, from Tesla to oil, anything that you could trade, literally all the way from Costco stock and more. You look at GST, this is we're back in time, and I can press play here. Price action here is supposed to eventually pump up to the yellow line. It did that exactly like it should. So this is the daily though. This is the daily chart. Each of these candles is 1 day long. Price pumped up to the 200 SMA on the daily time frame. Here, every single candle is 30 seconds long, but still the exact principle should remain. We should pump up to this yellow line. Now, you could backtest these theories on the 30-second and then slowly move them into bigger time frames. I did that for years and was able to find a system that worked for me. If you want to learn stuff like this, know that I teach every Tuesday from 3 to 5:30. See the links below all my videos, and I'm live from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. I can't wait to see you on my live stream to learn more of this awesome technical analysis and cool tips and tricks to keep you on your toes and keep you learning. So I can't wait to see you. My name is Sam Price, Crypto Lifer, and this is just an excerpt that I want you to understand about the moving averages and how this is likely to pump up to the 200 SMA and how we're juxtaposing the daily and the 30-second chart and how you can still get information from there and backtest some theories. I find it fascinating. Listen and learn from the GOAT. You will learn to trust your own TA and decide what to buy, etc. Shout out to Cryptoholic Love, my man. Sammy, Cup and Hammy. What's your opinion on Shibby? One take, Sammy. Let's go. Got it, Lifer. Shout out to Sean Aaron. I love you, brother. Phantom just said, I had one mess up there, to be honest. But we got it. Thank you so much, Sean. God bless you, my friend. You're the man, dude. Music got a little loud on me there. And a lot of things that I'm still looking at are still in play. MBL looks pretty nice to me. Movie block, getting tighter in the zone. Didn't really budge much. A lot of the low cap gems are not going to really care what Bitcoin does, you know? So we're kind of still on track for what we've been watching. Perp, just what a nice move for Perp. I was looking at perp just the other day too. HIODBS looks nice to me too as well. We got a bunch of winners here that are, still forming, still doing their thing. DMTR barely got a dip on that dip. So a lot brewing. The 8 hour looks really nice for the altcoins. So despite what happened there, it is what it is. Look at OPBTC. Optimism for Bitcoin on Binance. Yeah, that's pumping hard. So that you know that Optimism is doing numbers. And we were trading Optimism the last, look at, there's our trade right there. Still up. Still up. How much are we up now on Optimism? From the entry, about 18% on a red day. So shout out to anyone that jumped into OP. Yeah, you know me. And the 8 hour did a nice run. And honestly, from the beginning of the run to the end, the 8 hour did a nice 30% gain. So shout out to Optimism getting that move from about $2.32 all the way back to about $3.20. Optimism. People using the dip to jump on in. And Bitcoin back to 23,200. I'm already up on that buy. Shout out to ALTRADY. Go to ALTRADY. Why is ALTRADY the best? I mean, it just has so many cool things. It has a crypto academy, trading statistics, portfolio, market explorer, and more. All right? Jump on into ALTRADY today. ALTRADY.com is really the place to be. Let me just show you what ALTRADY offers you compared to the competitors and the places out there. Number one, security. API security beyond belief. I know the owner, the creator, and he's the tech behind it all too. You got paper trading. You got single platform to multiple exchanges. Yes, you can hook up many exchanges from KuCoin to Huobi to, any single thing you want. We'll get rid of that one, Kraken, but, anything you want. Also, a really nice trading software that can really get you going. Multiple take profits, multiple stop losses. I have tutorials on TradingView in my trading group. Check it out. You know what I mean? They got so much awesome stuff here. They got a quick scanner. They got a base scanner. I really like what they're doing here. So check out their crypto scanner. Check out ALTRADY.com. They're the best, man. Crypto Quick Trader by ALTRADY. So free crypto alerts to help you earn profit free. And there's my man right there. All right. There's my man right there. Sign up today, baby. ALTRADY.com. ALTRADY.com. ALTRADY. Not to be confused with Tom Brady. So, and that brings us with the news. We'll jump on into the news real quick. We got to bring you the news, show you what's happening in the news today. Thank you for jumping on in today. Boom, 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 and we're back in action. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in. Back in action, bringing it to you. Shibarium, all right, which is on the radar now. Shibarium is on the verge. SHIB is launching the verge of its Layer 2 network, Shibarium. As such, various platforms are lining up to list tokens for projects that are based on the new Layer 2. Following the trend known as South Korea-based cryptocurrency exchange, Gate.io has listed PAW, the native token of PAWSWAP, a central token and the SHIB ecosystem. So they got Paw, Leash, and Bone. That could do numbers. As SHIB gets more popular, Paw could do damage. So now you know about PAWSWAP. You might not never even heard about it. Now you do. PAWSWAP on Gate.io, Paw. That's a coin we'll be looking at, maybe kind of just taking a gander on. Did it even get to coin market cap yet? Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Let's take a look. PAWSWAP. All right. No market cap yet. Can't even get it. Can't even figure it out. It's at 0.000. Look how many zeros this thing up. Up 51% today with the bit of that news. And look, it's been going up since 223. The last day, it's been up pretty nicely too. Has it burned through a zero yet? Oh my goodness. Time is coming. Paw. Now I'm not, it could be, anything could happen, but I'm just putting Paw on your radar. It's on ShibaSwap, Uniswap, XT, and Gate.io is listing Paw. So that's an interesting concept here. Paw on the radar. Paw, baby, Paw. All right. Yeah. FATF agrees on action plan to drive implementation of global crypto norms. The Global Financial Crime Watchdog Plenary, made up of 206 members, including observer organizations like UN, also agreed to take stock of what jurisdictions have been doing so far. The The FATF published its updated standards for crypto in 2019, but last June it said only 11 of the 19 surveyed jurisdictions were enforcing the travel rule and urged them to act faster. Interesting. You know, I'm in between on these type of people. A lot of these are like unelected officials, right? We don't even know who is who here, and they're going to try to talk about crypto. So that I always worry about these types of organizations, and you can't really pinpoint who is who there. And that gets my goat a little bit. BNP changed second largest DeFi protocol, Venus, to accept Floki tokens as lending collateral. That actually may push the price of Floki up a little bit, as it gives us somewhat of a utility and more of a use case. So Floki, you might want to write that down and then see that it actually is it's more than just a meme. Electronic Arts founder Trip Hawkins joins Web3 gaming startup. Hawkins is taking on the role of chief strategy officer of Web3 company Games for a Living. It's called Games for a Living. Yeah, Games for a Living. And whenever their coin comes out, I mean, how could that not be big? I mean, this guy started Electronic Arts. He was one of basically the heroes, the beginners, the pioneers of video gaming as we know it today, right? Immutable X to do an all-in-one passport system to onboard new gamers into Web3. IMX getting some news out there. Immutable X. Let's take a look at the chart at IMX. And look, we found the only winner today. Optimism, really, one of the bigger gainers, only thing holding it down and doing it. And that's what we were in. We were trading Optimism. Who would have known that we would have hit such a nice gain today, even though the market was dipping, right? So Immutable X to me is in this nice little flag, right? Beginning to flag on out. Has these support zones beginning to come on out. You could even kind of look at this as a possible cup and handle. Previous resistance is new support. They got this news coming from Immutable X. 8 hours resetting, but could do a flip dip right back up there. 22 hours looking good to me. The moving average is a little far apart. But hey, there's something brewing here. Immutable X stays above the zone. You're going to see another pump back to this next high. Immutable X is on the radar now a little bit there. IMX, right? And that news could be pretty early. I don't know how many people have actually heard it yet. So whales are buying. Who's selling? That's what I'm saying. Who's selling Bitcoin? You know what? They're just buying a lot, so they're dragging the price down to their location. Okay? They're just dragging the price down to their location. Hey, what's up? You look really nice. Do you want to come and say hi?
No, I just want you to be
Some say
honest.
hi. You're just so nice tonight. You look beautiful.
Not tonight, it's
You look really nice right now. I said today. I love this woman. I wouldn't be able to do what I do for each and every one of you without her. Oh, she smells like a peach. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Public displays, PDAs.
Be mindful of
When I hold her and I hug her, it's like, oh my gosh.
Are you mindful of the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so mindful of everything. Just so mindful. I'm so full of mind. Oh.
All right. I love you.
Oh, it's just been so long. Tight. Oh, you smell great, honey buns.
I just washed my hair.
Am I your big, strong man?
I love you.
I love you more. You look so nice.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for making me the man I am today, babe.
oh, I love you, Sam.
Because we all knew you sculpted and molded me into such a beautiful person. Thank you for everything, BB. Keep it PG. Someone said I'm 12 years old. Dude, you can see two people hug each other, man. It's all right. Nothing crazy going on here. All right. Magic was on my radar. Could Magic hold the zone? If Magic can hold this low area, I mean, that's a load up zone for Magic. So a lot of the things that I put out, if they can hold their support, so if they can hold their trend lines, still see some good moves for Magic. All right. After this, Bitcoin is going to pump, baby. The lifer married up, man. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for saying that. God bless you. I mean, you can't marry down, right? You better marry up. So, for sure. She says she married up, but you know, if both of you feel like you married up, you're in the right relationship. Ah, right? That's where you want to be. If both of you feel like you married up, you're in the right spot. You know? That cup and handle did play out. So you have to come to class. See, look. It eventually did hit the measured move of the cup and handle that I was putting out. Like it's gonna eventually hit it. But Bitcoin really stalling out here at 23,200, but it got back above 23K. It's hanging out. We got a double bottom here. Broke out of the falling wedge technically. It's a mess right now, though, I'll tell you that. So what do I see happening for Bitcoin now after this melee? Well, let's see. Let us see. I mean, you got this rising wedge now, right? That's not a good sign. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. We should get the pump up to the 200 SMA, though. We should be able to touch it. And then they might get squished together at one point, right? So, I'm not a fan. I mean, we haven't really gotten... We slowed down, but did we get a bottom yet? That's the question. Did we get a bottom yet? Why for 10x? Litecoin transaction, Bitcoin 3,000. How romantic. Bitcoin down, love increasing. I took the class. I've been trading for 2 years, and I learned so much from it. Shout out to Jay Ballas. I love you for saying that, man. God bless you. He been trading for years. He took the class. It still paid out. It was amazing. So God bless you for jumping on into the class, man. Thank you. And all the 3S tokens are up big. You know, that was kind of the move of the day. 3S tokens just demolishing the game. Let's take a look at Twitter. Do you think today's a good day to load up on Bitcoin? I'm going to grab some more. What do you think? Let's see what people said. 8 people, really? If we have 1,000 people on the live and 8 people, I'm always fascinated by that. Because like if I'm on a live stream and someone does that, I run right in. I'm like, yes. You know? Do you think today is a good day to load up on Bitcoin? I'm going to grab some more cryptocurrency. And look, we started it trending before it was trending. All right? Yes, but I think it's a better time to load up on AI coins. Microsoft has invested $10 billion in AI so far. So shouldn't we invest as well in the narrative? I agree. I have dry powder ready. As long as we're red, I'm going to scoop up more. Always am. Yes. Little increments. Amen. And actually, that brings me to I'm going to be buying some AGIX. I'm going to be buying some of my other coins that I want to load up onto as well. Nice little dumpage. So shout out to everybody here on the live. I'm going to jump on out of here 11:51. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. We're going to jump back into Bitcoin for a second here as it slowed down, and we did get the bounce back to the upside. Did we double bottom? There's a chance that's the end of the rally, the short rally, but we'll see. We will see. We'll see. I'm going to enlist one more chart and take a look at the Binance USD chart, I guess. That's easy for me. And we'll delete all this other nonsense here. So here, let's zoom out and look at big picture again. Oversold 22 hour. Daily needed to dump. Daily started to dump. Daily still has more to dump. It could dump even more. All right? Could dump us all the way back down. However, we are sitting at a support zone. Technically, it's right there. You got to have one here and one there. There's like two little ones. You know, I have to put both those little lines there. And we lost this beautiful support that we had. Today, we had that support. We lost it. And we dropped down to the next support zone. So we lost 23,008. We dropped down to 23,000. It's kind of what happened today. All right. So far, we're getting a bounce back up. You're oversold in the 4. You're oversold in the 1. And, you know, you beat on the 15, the 7. Actually, you know what I don't like is the 7 minutes coming up and you're not getting a huge move. So I would watch the 7 for continuation. If the 7 could be making like a bear flag here and could drop you even lower. 7 minute, you know, you don't have to be on the 30-second like I was. I would stay away from that. That's for fun. That's for like fast moving. That we started to slow down and we got that move. We found that double bottom in here. But I would watch the 7. If it doesn't double bottom here, like we saw in that 30-second chart, we're going to see some lower lows for 22,005. All right, so just be careful. All right, it may not be over yet. Watch the 7 minute for confirmation of the move. You never know. So, yeah. What a day. So, anyway, that's what I see happening for Bitcoin. I would pay attention and just be careful. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. One person wants to know about Phantom. Let's take a look at Phantom. Thank you so much for the super chats today. I greatly appreciate it. A lot of times we go heavy into the alts. Sometimes, some days when Bitcoin's ripping, we don't, right? So Phantom's going to follow Bitcoin, right? And you can just readjust this pattern and see if Phantom can stay inside the zone. And if it does, this thing's going to rip. It would take a gutsy trader to make an aggressive buy right now, but the aggressive buy would be right now. You know, and you just readjust kind of the pattern. It's still in the cup and handle. Nothing's really changed. You just got a little bit of a dippage. Everything's the bigger caps are going to follow the Bitcoin move, and they're probably going to give you, you know, more options. So op won't stop. It's pretty funny, right? Let's take a look at optimism as it continues to pump. It was at 320, sitting at 326, getting a massive move to the upside now. Optimism, and I mean, this is a hot coin that's going to make bacon on the beach. We've talked about it a lot. So there's our big gainer, up 20% for optimism on the day. Congrats to anyone that jumped into op. And see, even when Bitcoin dumps, we celebrate gains. And that's why this is the channel you want to be at. Like, what do you want to do? You want to mope around and, you know, rehash old news, or do you want to look at the new gains coming at you every single day? So come on in to the trading group that gets it done. 20% gains for optimism. Boom. Boom. And I went over it many times, and it was like the one we were really focused on, optimism, and I talk about it a lot. I went over the narrative in the ecosystems, optimism and LDO. Is LDO also getting a little bit of a move? Let's take a look at the narrative is happening to Lido. Lido's, you know, not a huge move, but it's holding its gain better, and the daily looks like it could flip back up for some pretty big moves. Lido's looking interesting to me too as well. Rally, much love, Sam. Shout out to Ma Barley. Let's take a look at Rally, RLY. I love when you give a super chat as I'm walking out the door. Love you, Bob. So look, Rally, look, it's still in the zone, hugging the gain. Look at the 22-hour, just got above the zone, tight in the channel. Rally looks like it's can still do damage. Tighter in the zone, stays above the point of control. I don't see why Rally can't make bacon on the beach. Oversold now in every time frame. Everything's getting beat. It's a good thing. This reset a lot of time frames. Rally looks good in the 12, looks good in the on the 22 as well. Anything is possible. Could double all the way to zero. I'm not a financial advisor. You'd have to play, you know, your own risk management, and if it makes sense to you, Rally. But Rally's looking good. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Love you all. Why is SPF USD did not bounce? All indicators prepared to the upside. You never know, you know. And honestly, listen, I've been in cryptocurrency since 2016, right? I got into, you know, started looking at Ethereum when it was $9, right? Started explaining to Bitcoin to people in 2017, 2018, was like, hey, look what's going on here. I figured out the ecosystem of Phantom before a lot of people ever figured it out. I saw what was happening to Binance, to Uniswap, how the fees were getting too high. I moved to Binance Smart Chain. Then I moved to Phantom Swap and Spooky Swap. Started building and understanding how ecosystems worked. Took apart WASM and look at the next new narrative. Figured out that the narrative was going to be the metaverse. And we got into some of the first metaverse coins before everybody else. Naka, Block, you name it. Gala, when they first came out to the exchange on KuCoin. KuCoin had them before anybody else, and that's where we were. I got into Cake at 60 cents. Figured out the ecosystem there and was able to ride that to 44. I liked EGLD and figured out they had a fast ecosystem and a smaller supply. EGLD made me good money. I got into Cardano at 2 cents and at 8 cents. I've been doing cryptocurrency for a long time, everybody. And I know more than just trading. I know ecosystems. I know how they're built. I know, you know, a good amount. And again, I'm not a coder, and I'm not going to say that I'm like, I know it all. But I understand how to use the knowledge to my advantage to speculate and trade. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow on the next live stream. If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Thank you so much for being here. Today we had a little bit of a lateness with the light. Everything is back and running, so thank you so much for sitting there. I was really only like 5 minutes late because the 10-minute timer didn't run, and then I came on. So I was like 2 minutes late, really, if you give me that. But thank you so much for being here. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate that. And God bless each and every one of you. I'll be back tomorrow morning for a quick update. About like 9 a.m. I do a quick update, and then I also do a live stream. So 2 live streams tomorrow on both weekend days. The hardest working crew in the game, and the most consistent. I haven't taken a day off since February of 2021, and I've been banging on them to the upside. Shout out to everybody here. May God bless each and every one of you, and I'm out for the day. Crypto is life. Thank you so much for every one of you being here. The gratitude is my attitude. I wake up with gratitude. I go to sleep with gratitude, and I'm so thankful that everybody came to the live and had a good time. God bless you. 777s, 333s. I'm out. Crypto is life.